Uy, balita ko itong next device sa hawak ko, sobrang okay. Sobrang powerful, malaki ang kanyang battery, and there's a lot of good things I heard about this one. And I personally believe that it's even better than a POCO F8 Pro. Now, probably the next question is, how better is better? Pag-usapan natin after this quick intro. So, ang pinag-uusapan natin guys is the all-new na Redmi K90. It's basically the China ROM variant ng POCO F8 Pro, which is better and cheaper. Na makita natin, very simple ang kanyang box, exactly the same sa K80 series. White box siya na may silver dito sa gitna, and of course, the big bold letters ng K90. And it's equally powered by BOS as well. So, buksan muna natin. So, we have a small pouch na Redmi. Siyempre, meron tayo SIM ejector tool. Quick start guide in Chinese, and your gray na jelly case. Mukhang okay siya, though medyo malambot siya. Kaya nga jelly eh. And we have here is the Redmi K90. Ang binili ko is the color black, by the way. And marami naman siyang colors na pwede pagpilian na wala rin ni POCO F8 Pro. Ito nga palang color chart in case gusto mo tingnan. So inside we have a A to C cable din. And yung ating 100 watts na fast charging brick. A-port pa rin siya until now. I just wonder kung kailan mag-adapt si Xiaomi ng C2C sa charging bricks nila. Parang it's so old school na still using a A2C cable until now. So here's the phone. Yan, guys. Look, ang ganda. Well, basically, itong phone nito is exactly the same na ng dimension with the POCO F8 Pro. So, interchangeable kanilang case. The only difference dito sa kanilang dalawa is that this one has a bigger, better battery. And of course, the price is cheaper. And itong Redmi K90 na 12256, nabili ko to kay Tech Code sa Lazada. And I got it nung 12/12 sale for 24,000 pesos. That is during sale Pero right now, it's playing at around mga nasa 25,000 pesos. And pag pinag-compare mo sa POCO F8 Pro, medyo malayo na kanilang presyo kasi tapos na ang promo. Currently, it's playing at around mga nasa 29,599. Pero nung early bird sale, nasa 27,999 siya. I'm not quite sure kung magsisale ulit si POCO F8 Pro, pero today, I'm just showing you a better option of POCO F8 Pro. So if you're interested to buy this one, I'll post the link on the description box below or just simply click yung YouTube shopping link na biglang nilitaw sa inyong screen para makita nyo yung official store na nire-recommend natin, which is Tech Code. Just use yung mga link na binibigay ko dahil it is tested and official na nagagamit ko and nakaka-transact natin. Huwag na kayo paligoy-ligoy sa iba, no? Minsan baka katipid ka ng mga 500 pesos pero baka scam ang mangyari sa inyo. So doble ingat lang. Now, yung likod nito is matte finish, so I like it kasi very simple lang siya. Even ko ng black is very elegant. Timeless classic itong black ni Redmi K90 and I simply love it. Yung kanyang camera bump is buo and ito yung halos yung design na kinopya ni iPhone 17 Pro Max and you have apat na NeoZip tablets over here. And nakasulat din dito, by the way guys, sound by BOS. It's a good collaboration kasi pagdating sa sounds na test naman natin sa POCO F8 Pro, it has really good sounds. Yung kanyang frames is aluminum finish, so well, maganda-ganda pagka matte finish dito sa kanyang side aluminum frames. And by the way guys, this one is IP68 na dust and water resistant, Corning Gorilla Glass 7 ay kanyang front panel ng protection, and glass back finish. Now siguro next na tatanong mo sa akin guys kung gagana nga ba ang 5G dito ni Globe and Smart. Well, sad to say, the most na na-achieve ko dito is a 4G Plus and it didn't even reach 5G. I did try dito sin gumana ang 5G niya kasi dito has 5G na SA na cell side ready to accommodate this one. Si Globe and Smart is still using NSA, which is a older technology na 5G na hindi pa nakapag-adapt si Globe and Smart. Once na nag-adapt si Globe and Smart, matik makakuha ka ng 5G signal dito on this smartphone. And another thing, this one doesn't support eSIM din as well, which supports the POCO F8 Pro. But dito sa channel natin, tuturuan naman natin sa iyo kung paano to make a quick workaround para maging eSIM to phone na ito. I-search nyo lang dito sa channel ko yung Smart Multi-SIM. Tuturuin ko sa inyo on that video kung how to use the Smart Multi-SIM to make this phone eSIM capable. So just check one of my older videos for that. Now, if you want to know the full specs na itong phone na ito and tamad na ako magbasa para sa inyo, pause nyo na lang yung screen and basahin nyo ito. Now, on day-to-day usage ko naman itong phone na ito, it was really great. One of the things na gusto ko dito sa kanya is that very snappy siya, try to multitask on this phone. Lahat naman halos kaya naman niyang gawin. Basic tasks like social media, kahit 10 social media app na nakabukas dito, wala kang maging problema. Kayang-kaya handle nito phone na ito. Video editing, playing AAA games, kaya din i-handle nito. In fact, this one has the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite inside, which is, well, just one generation older na chip, the flagship chip ni Qualcomm, dahil the latest is the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. E pag tinignan naman natin sa score na Antutu benchmark, was able to get me a 3.1 million na points dito sa Antutu benchmark version 11. And kung gusto niyo makita mga ibang benchmark na kinuha natin, pakita ko sa inyo. Now, pagdating sa battery, this one has one of the biggest upside compared sa POCO F8 Pro. This having a 7,100 mAh na silicon carbon technology na battery as compared sa POCO F8 Pro which has a 6,210 mAh, di hamang naman na mas tatagal tong battery ng phone mo. And pagdating naman sa bigat, this one is just 6 grams heavier than si POCO F8 Pro. Si POCO F8 Pro nasa 200 grams, this one nasa 206 grams overall. Pero ang laki ng dinagdag mo sa battery capacity. Pagdating sa charging, pareho naman silang 100 watts na Xiaomi Turbo Charge which can give you really fast na charging dito sa phone na ito whenever you need it. Normally, based sa aking experience, bago maligo, iniwan ko mag-charge to. Eh paglabas ko ng shower, halos kulang malapit na siya mapuno. Nasa 85% na siguro siya. And one good thing din sa kanya is that this phone can last you up to 3 days. No? Without charging, basta you're using it normally, walang heavy gaming, walang heavy video recording, and walang heavy video chatting, this phone can definitely last you for 3 days. Lalo ko if you're a frequent traveler na madalas wala kang power bank na dala or wala kang outlet na pwede pagkabitan, perfect na phone na ito. Kasi talagang tumatagal. And where in fact, pag pinagtabi ko to sa POCO F8 Pro, si POCO F8 Pro nakakuha siya ng 24 hours and 25 minutes na screen on time. But this one, guys, mas-surprise ka. At an additional na 900 mAh, guys, nakakuha siya ng 27 hours and 21 minutes na screen on time. That is 3 hours more compared sa POCO F8 Pro. Panalo, di ba? And by the way, guys, another kicker, pwede mo itong gamitin as power bank. It can give you a 22.5 watts na charging sa ibang smartphone ninyo. Pwede mo gawin power bank, basically. Now, pagdating sa display nito phone nito, it's exactly the same as the POCO F8 Pro. Maganda-gandang screen, it has quite thin na bezels dito and symmetrical din naman siya. It got PWM dimming, 120 Hz na screen refresh rate. And pag nag-browse ka naman sa social media dito, expect naman na mag-enjoy ka dahil magandang display, honestly. Napunod ka naman ng mga videos sa YouTube, sa Netflix, paldong-paldo rin naman siya dahil well, it's expected to let you enjoy your favorite contents. Now, since itong phone nito, sinabi ko sa inyo, is same as the POCO F8 Pro, meron siyang sounds by Boss. And alam naman natin si Boss, it's makers of really good na audio. So, test lang natin yung sounds coming from the loudspeaker of this phone. Well, honestly, maganda namang sounds ni Maui Wawi. So, pagdating sa sound category, approve. Now, since this phone is sobrang powerful, talagang kailangan natin maglaro ng mga AAA games dito. So, 3 games na sinalang ko dito, Call of Duty Mobile, Genshin Impact, and si Wuthering Waves. Now, pagdating sa Call of Duty Mobile, expect naman na maganda nga ng performance. Was able to reach 120 FPS with yung Wild Boost ni Redmi K90, which is, well, exactly the same as the Wild Boost naman ng POCO F8 Pro. The gameplay was really smooth. Wala kang maging problema dito, wala akong na-feel the frame drops or whatsoever. And the controls and the touch response is fast. Wala akong naging problema sa kanya. The sounds is good, dahil sounds by Boss, by the way. And umabot siya ng 40 degrees Celsius after an hour of gameplay. Now, pagdating naman sa AAA games, si Genshin Impact and si Wuthering Waves, si Genshin Impact nakaabot ako ng 60 FPS and almost consistent naman siya. Naglalaro sa 58, 59, 60 na FPS for the whole game, kaya medyo heavy na yung labanan, no? Medyo nagka-clash na. Wala akong na-feel na frame drops dito sa kanyang game. And pagdating naman sa Wuthering Waves, umabot naman siya ng 120 FPS. Pero most of the time, pag naglalaban ako, napapansin ko bumababa siya sa mga 90, 95. Doon naglalaro, no? Pag heavy battles. Pero kung nag-journey ka lang, yung mga minor mga kalaban mo, mga medyo maliliit na kalaban, halos nasa 115, 118, ganun na nakita ko sa FPS counter ko. Wala mo na-feel na frame drop. So, wala naman ako nakikita yung parang medyo naglalag or nadidelay sa aking screen while playing the Wuthering Waves. Pero medyo minute siya and umabot siya up to 45 degrees Celsius dito sa aking gameplay. Si Genshin, umabot ako ng 43. Now, pagdating naman sa kanyang camera, almost the same setup ng meron nila ng POCO F8 Pro. Having a 50MP na main camera sensor na may OIS, 50MP din ka na telephoto lens with up to 2.5 times optical zoom, and meron din siya 8MP na ultra-wide lens. Kaya namang shoot up to 8K in 30, and ang front-facing cameras, the same din, 20MP can shoot you up to 1080p and 60fps. Now guys, check natin some pictures na na-capture natin dito sa Redmi K90. Now, on outdoor, wala kang magiging problema sa kanya. Really sharp photos, the colors are quite natural. Though it's a little bit more of the saturated konti na color, pero medyo close siya sa natural look naman niya based sa aking mata. And very easy to focus. That's probably one thing na napansin ko sa kanya. And yung mga flowers na capture, kung makita mo, there's a lot of details on it. Pati itong alambre na ito, no, just a very simple shot. Eh, kitang-kita mo lahat ng details na gusto mo makita sa kanya. And yung mga different colors like purple, pink, and orange, eh talagang makita mo magandang kanyang color science. Now, if you're trying to take some Christmas decor shot, eh talagang dihamak na okay siya on outdoors, eh talagang litaw na litaw yung mga subject na pinipicturean mo. And taking a look at some of these shots na na-capture natin, you'll see the cloud details is very rich. That's probably one thing na napansin ko dito sa kanya. Though it's a little bit gloomy, pero malinaw na malinaw mga clouds. Now, if you're trying to use ng telephoto lens, ganito itsura niya, this is a normal shot, and this is a 2.5 times na optical zoom, and you can even zoom it all the way up to 30 times zoom, which is quite not bad pa rin. Yung makita mo yung kanyang digital zooming, kitang-kita mo pa rin yung signage dito na from the city of Caloocan. And if you're trying to take some mga parallel shot, expect mo na you'll be getting some really nice details, lalo sa kanyang fabric, kitang-kita mo ng mga details sa kanya. And if you're trying to take some mga product shot, like sa mga libro, eh talagang okay siya. Itong photo na ito is probably one of my favorite. Makita mo na medyo may pagka-vignette type siya. Yung kanyang pagka-focus sa subject is really nice and rich. And yung kanyang side is medyo pa-darken siya konti, which is looking pretty solid. Now, some of this product shot, makita mo, and mga Christmas decor shot, really good. Some really good photos na na-capture natin. And yung mga signage like this one, maganda sa kanya is wala naman siyang color spill. And if you go further indoor na mga low light shot, you'll be able to capture some really nice snaps like this one. Ito, probably one of my favorite shot, and talagang ang ganda ng pagka-focus dito sa mga subject na ito. And kahit ito mga simple shot like this one, talagang it really looks really nice to. Itong camera ni Redmi K90. Well, honestly, it's not far from the POCO F8, almost siguro I would say at par or a little bit better based sa observation ng mata ko, no? And pati mga food shot like this one, and talagang okay, wala kang maging problema. Lito na lito mga shots na nakuha natin dito, which is definitely the one that I'm looking for. Now, if you're outdoor, trying to take some selfie shot, expect naman you'll be getting some really nice details from the front-facing camera. And medyo pinakinis siya ng konti aking muka, pero nevertheless, I would say na still very natural pa rin ang look ko dito sa kanya. If you're going indoor naman, mapapansin mo it's a little bit softer, pero not bad pa rin ang kanyang front-facing camera kahit indoor. Now, let's check out some samples na nakuha natin from the front-facing camera. Guys, ako right now is the Redmi K90. And right now, shooting at 4K and 60fps. Pretty stable naman ang kanyang video. Almost same naman kay POCO F8 Pro. And yeah, I would say na smooth naman ang kanyang transition when if you're panning around. Perfect. And ito naman from the rear one. Ito naman ang performance ng Redmi K90 shooting at 4K and 60 using yung rear camera niya. And try lang natin mag-zoom in. Okay naman siya, no? Pretty stable naman. And sharp naman ka ng video that I can see. Okay siya. Now guys, with a phone this good, bigger battery, cheaper ang kanyang price, kasi pag nag-sale si POCO F8 Pro, halos ang tipid mo sa kanya is nasa 3,000 pesos. But kung hindi nag-sale si POCO F8 Pro, ang tipid mo dito sa phone na ito is 5,000 pesos. Imagine mo, no, with that 5,000 pesos, you have a bigger battery, letting you last 3 hours more than the POCO F8 Pro with exactly the same performance. Guys, it's too hard to pass the phone na ito. And honestly, ako hindi ka naman maselan na, China ROM, pangit yan. This is definitely a good recommendation over the POCO F8 Pro. You get more value for money dito sa Redmi K90. Now, if you're interested to know kung saan mo pwede mabili ito, I'll post the link on the description box below. And by the way, nakuha ko to sa tech code sa Lazada. And talagang sulit naman po nagsisale kasi I got this for just 24,000 pesos. So, kung alam niyo meron kay kaibigan naghanap na really good na device which can last you for almost 3 days, having a really powerful processor, can let you play AAA games, and then good camera, Redmi K90. Paldong-paldo tong phone na ito. And of course guys, ina-encourage ko kayo to like, subscribe dito sa aking channel so you don't miss out ng mga good reviews like this one. So paano yan? Hanggang dito muna ako and I'll see you on my next one. Peace out. And so, ako para si Richmond and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. What's up? Like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. For one of my latest uploads, click the dito. And for one of my popular uploads, click here.